Hi, welcome to a brand new school year. I'm Mrs. Hirsch.
And I'm Ms. Garza.
And we're here today to talk to you about your new computer.
So let's talk about the rules of using your computer. These are school computers that we are lending you to use during the school day. We expect a certain level of behavior when you're using these computers. One of them is that you will take care of this computer and not let it fall, not let it drop, not hit anybody with it. It should be zipped up when you're walking around and holding it by its case. You should not be leaving it on the floor or in the middle of the commons. You should know where your computer is at all times. It should either be with you in your classes or it should be in your laptop locker, charging.
You always need to carry your computer in its case. Okay, it has a nice handy handle in a pocket if you want to put in a USB mouse, which is totally acceptable to have at school, and you can also bring your own headphones.
Now, when you have it in its case, the most important thing about this is to make sure that your computer is zipped up all the way around. If it's not zipped up all the way around, your computer could come tumbling out, and that could cause damage to your computer, which means you're going to be without a computer for a while.
Oh boy, that doesn't sound good.
It isn't.
Another key feature to remember about your computer is that you want to make sure that the elastic bands and the clear bands on the top of the screen are keeping your computer nice and snug. Please do not remove these bands. It's very important.
There's really no reason for you to take these little bands off the bottom. I know a lot of kids did that last year. That is actually a huge issue. Again, there is one tiny little piece of Velcro on the bottom of the front of the computer that is holding it in place. So these little bands on the top and the bottom here are really keeping it from sliding out of the case, falling on the floor, possibly cracking your screen. And that is bad news for you and your computer.
Please also keep these stickers that are on the computer. This helps our tech office keep inventory of your computer, and it makes it easier for us to know if there's any repairs that are needed and things of that nature. There's also a ID card on the front of your computer case, and also it has your name on it. Please keep that in your case. If you lose it, please let a teacher know as soon as possible, and we'll get you a new one that same day.
That is really the only way we can tell your computer from everybody else's computer that looks exactly the same. When you're charging your computer, some computers, the power plugs in on the left side and some will be on the right side. So just make sure you know what side your computer is. Make sure that side of your computer is facing towards the outside of the laptop locker bay.
So again, like Ms. Garza is sharing with us, these computers are for educational purposes only. So even though you might play games on your computer at home, that's at home. When we come to school, we're here to learn, and we're going to be using it for educational purposes only, directed by your teacher's instructions.
So you should really only be going to websites that your teacher is telling you to go to. You do not have permission to go to any other websites during the school day. That is recreational use, not educational use.
So Ms. Garza, what's the protocol? What if I'm on a gaming site when I shouldn't be?
That will be a pink slip to me.
Music sites?
That's a pink slip to me.
I dropped my computer by mistake.
That's not a pink slip, but you will get a white slip to go to see Mr. Lovelace in the tech office so we can check your computer to make sure it doesn't have damage.
How about, I was on a website that I really liked from my previous class, but I was doing it in your class.
That's not appropriate. You have to make sure for each class period that you shut down your computer programs so that you're walking into your next class fresh and ready to do what you need to do in that class. You should always close everything when you're leaving a class. Every night that you are putting your computer in your locker, plugging it into the power, and making sure all the cords are tucked into your locker bay. We don't want to see hanging wires hanging down from your locker. That could actually cause damage to your power cord, which could lead to a fire, frankly. So we don't want that to happen. If we see you leaving your power cord hanging out of your locker during the school day or at the end of the day, we will be having a talk about how to take care of your computer.
It's also important that you keep your hands on your own computer. If you want to show a friend or show a classmate how to do something, talk them through it, write it down for them, but please keep your hands on your own computer.
That's right. Everybody has their own computer. There is no reason for somebody to be touching somebody else's computer. Because first of all, ew, gross, germs. We don't want to spread those around. And also, what if they damage your computer? You're the one ultimately responsible for all that happens to your computer during the school day, and you don't want anybody else to touch your computer and accidentally break something.
Please be careful when you're carrying your computer again. If we see students walking around with their computer open, that is a pink slip.
Yes, that is a really easy way for it to fall and crack the screen. The screen of your computer is actually the most expensive part of the computer, and it's very expensive to replace, and it will actually take a while. So you might be without a computer for a week or two sometimes. So make sure we're taking care and preventing a lot of repairs that might need to happen to your computer. And if something's not working right, it's doing weird stuff, that sometimes happens to computers. Make sure you tell your teacher. They will send you to Mr. Lovelace in the tech office, and he will check out your computer to see what the problem is. Okay?
We hope you enjoy using your computers for educational uses at school, and we look forward to a great year.
Go Tech! Make sure before you leave